Good evening and welcome, and thank you very much, Chris, for that introduction. We are coming to you tonight from the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. This is the CNN YouTube debate. This is the first debate of the presidential election season, sponsored by the Democratic National Committee. Sanctioned, I should say, by the Democratic National Committee. Tonight is really something of an experiment. This is something we've never done before. What you're about to see is, well, it's untried. We're not exactly sure how it's going to work. The candidates on this stage don't know how it's going to work, neither do their campaigns, and frankly, we think that's actually a good thing. We received about 3,000 videos from YouTube viewers all around the country, and reading off what Chris said from Portland, the challenge tonight is to make sure that all the candidates actually answer the questions that were asked to them. As I said, we got about 3,000 videos from all around the country and frankly all around the world. A lot of them were incredibly smart, very thoughtful, very heartfelt, and it was a real tough decision trying to decide which questions would actually go to the candidates tonight. It was pretty easy, though, to eliminate some of the questions. And since we're, as you can imagine, since we're doing this again September 17th with the Republican candidates, we thought we'd show you some of the videos and the questions you're not going to see tonight and why. Let's watch.
Greetings, I am Bjorn Svensson.
Dressing up in costume was probably not the best way to get taken seriously. Nothing against costumes, mind you, it's just kind of distracting. And yes, I'm talking about you, Chicken Lady.
God bless America.
I'm Timothy.
We saw a lot of kids making videos, and that was really great. This boy is from South Carolina. We loved his enthusiasm.
Most scientists say that when I'm about your age, half the species on Earth will go extinct.
But we also noticed a lot of people seem to use their kids to ask adult questions.
Will Social Security be there for my generation?
Does a 5-year-old really care about Social Security?
How are you going to fix it?
Just because a video was popular online doesn't mean you'll see it tonight. The most viewed video question on YouTube was this one.
What are your thoughts on a recent poll suggesting that 88% of Californians elected Governor Schwarzenegger in hopes that a cyborg of his nature could stop a future nuclear war?
Yeah. So we all know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cyborg, so there's no need to waste time actually asking the candidates that question. We also eliminated, we think, any attempt to stuff the ballot box, so to speak. We noticed that one campaign made an excellent effort to try to get a particular question into tonight's debate. Listen.
So here's what we'd like you to do. We'd like you, all of you, to ask the same then what question to the candidates.
Every Democrat
wants to get our troops out of Iraq
as soon as possible.
However, none of you except for Joe Biden seem to have a plan for what will leave behind.
If all of you record the same question...
My question
To
the candidates is...
Then
what?
Then CNN and YouTube won't be able to ignore that question.
So now we're not going to reveal which campaign wanted to ask that question, Senator Biden. But one note, though, before we begin, because of the sound quality of some of these YouTube videos, we have urged some of the candidates to wear, or actually we have urged them all to wear earpieces so they can actually hear the questions. Some of them have agreed to do that, and so that you may see some earpieces in some of their ears. That's what that is about. Our first question tonight is from Zach Kemp in Provo, Utah.
What's up? I'm running out of tape. I have to hurry. So my question is, we have a bunch of leaders who can't seem to do their job, and we pick people based on the issues that they represent, but then they get in power and they don't do anything about it anyway. You're going to spend this whole night talking about your views on issues, but the issues don't matter if when you get in power, nothing's going to get done. We have Congress and a president with like a 30% approval rating, so clearly we don't think they're doing a good job. What's going to make you any more effectual? Beyond all the platitudes and the stuff we're used to hearing, I mean, be honest with us. How are you going to be any different?
Senator Dodd, you've been in Congress more than 30 years. Can you honestly say you're any different?
Well, I think so. First of all, thank you for inviting us here to the Citadel. It's great to be here at this wonderful college university. Certainly, I think it's a very important question one ought to be asking, because while hope and confidence and optimism are clearly very important, I think experience matters a great deal. The experience people bring to their candidacy, the ideas, the bold ideas that they've championed over the years, whether or not they were successful in advancing those ideas and able to bring people together. Very proud of the fact that over my 26 years in the Senate, I've authored landmark legislation, the Family and Medical Leave Act, child care legislation, reform of financial institutions. In every case, those were new ideas, bold ideas that I campaigned on, and then were able to achieve in the United States Senate by bringing Republicans as well as Democrats together around those issues. That's what's missing more than anything else, I think, right now, is the ability to bring people together to get the job done.
But if someone really wants a change, are you the guy to give it
Well, I
to
think
them?
so. You don't look back. I think, speeches are easy to make and rhetoric is easy to expose here, but I think the idea of looking back and saying, what have you done? If you want to get a good idea where someone is going to lead or how they're going to lead, I think it's very appropriate to say, what have you done? Show me, demonstrate to me the ability to get these things done that you've championed in the past.
Senator Obama, your supporters say you are different. Your critics say you're inexperienced. You're your first-term senator.
Well, I think the questioner hit the nail on the head. As I travel around the country, people have an urgent desire for change in Washington. And we are not going to fix health care. We're not going to fix energy. We are not going to do anything about our education system unless we change how business is done in Washington. Now, part of that is bringing people together, as Chris said, but part of it is also overcoming special interests and lobbyists who are writing legislation that's critical to the American people. And one of the things I bring is a perspective as a community organizer, as a state legislator, as well as a U.S. Senator, that says Washington has to change.
A lot of people say, Congressman Kucinich, your supporters certainly say you are different.